People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This one is called WTF News. This one is called Say It Is Not So. This must be some sorts of Netflix series, Jamaica style. I am speaking about an incident that occurred at about 5 something yesterday at a gas station on Slipen Road. That gas station is called Unipet gas station. It is one of those gas stations where people drive 1,000 miles to save like 5 cents. The gas station is always busy, so I say this to say that maybe the price is cheaper than everywhere else. However, it is always crowded. These two young geniuses decide that they are going to rob this gas station during the rush hour at about 5 something. Them roll up on a bike, approach the pump. Gas station attendant was there. The pillion jump off, jam the attendant in our side, say, "Listen, don't move. The Dan send me for go rob the station. Give me all of your money. Give me all of the cash. Don't bother scream. Don't make no sorts of noise, or else people are go deading." It seems as if the gas station attendant, she was hard-headed. It seems as if she wanted to play hero, so therefore she started to scream out, "Woy, woy, woy, thief, thief, thief. The man them a try rob my boss gas station and money." Needless to say, the security guard that was there heard from a shout. Him say, "Hold on a minute. I rob them really. I try rob the gas station them time of day. Me not going to lose my job because of this." It is said that the security guard wheel and pop off, blaze up 2 cars in the direction of the men would-be robber. It is said that the man them get jumpy, drop off of the bike. The tool drop out of them and them take what themselves, run left the tool, run left the bike, run left the money. Needless to say, this was very counterproductive in the thieving business. The popo was called on the scene of the crime. When the popo come, them find the tool, a Smith & Wesson Springfield edition with 12 rounds in the magazine. People, this is what we call an epic failure when it comes to the thievery. What do you think is going to happen to those 2 young men that ran left the cash, not very important, ran left the tool, very important, and also run left the bike? Don't you realize that they are coming up very, very short? Don't you realize that these are 2 DEAD man walking? More than likely, they will have to pay for that tool in which them rent. More than likely, them have to go pay back for the bike, or else, more than likely, they themselves are the family member wherever they live, wherever they rented that tool, that hot tool. They will have to pay for it in cash or in kind, meaning their life. Now, we know that as it pertains to these 2 would-be robbers, they are going to lose a lot of stripes in the criminal underworld. They will not get any other tool to borrow unless, of course, their family member is the owner of this tool, or their family member is the Don from whichever era this tool come from, because they are going to be the laughing stock. As it pertains to this pump attendant, I would not recommend her or anybody else. And we've heard story in which gunman try rob some sorts of church lady and she chant down the BLOOD of Jesus and them runway and take for themselves. However, in most cases, this is going to be a recipe for disaster. Do not lose your life trying to save the boss's money. Because when the gunman leave, you're not going to get any sorts of raise of pay. Had this gone way left, meaning you lose your life, more than likely you would be a 9-day talk at best. Your employees or co-workers are going to say, Jano Star, look how XYZ lose them life is a nice girl. More than likely, a lot of those co-workers and probably even your boss would not attend your funeral. If you have pitney, they are not going to stand the expenses. So therefore, do not be a hero or heroine and draw zero. As it pertains to the security guard that dispense or discharge a couple of rounds in the direction of the would-be robbers. Remember, these persons are ultra sensitive, especially when them lose them tool, especially when them lose them bike. The people are going to want back compensation either by BLOOD or cash. And remember, shame dog always BITES. Now that the dog is gone, them are got toothless. They are going to be ashamed. They are going to want reprisal. So be very aware. Be careful. Take heed. Do not just act as if it is a normal day in a paradise, because you can expect these people are going to want somebody to pay for their buffoonery and thievery. Moral of the story is this: if you are not built for something, if it is way above you, maybe you might want to seek alternative employment or source of fun. Not everybody is a crook. Not everybody built to thief. However, people are going to try. People are going to lose their life. In this case, we see the criminals came up on the SHITTY end of the stick. And they more than likely will have to pay either by cash or by their life, without a shadow of a doubt. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is obvious that the gunmen, the KILLERS in Jamaica, they have a zero value on life. Life ain't worth SHIT. However, it seems as if a lot of these defense attorneys, a lot of these judges, they really don't have any sorts of value on life either. And this is based on their requests and based on their sentencing. I am speaking about a man that was sentenced the other day. His name is Mr. Dwight Fowler. Mr. Dwight Fowler is like the typical minibus driver in Jamaica. On April 12, 2021 at about 11 a.m. or so. Mr. Fowler was driving a packed minibus coming from Manchester to Kingston on the PJ Patterson Highway. He was speeding, jet speed. He was dilly and dallying. He was driving very reckless. Needless to say, him lick out one of the tire them because of his driving. He lost control, lick up in the back of a truck. The vehicle, minibus, would end up in the median, on top of the median. 4 persons out of that vehicle lost their life on spots. 1 other person would lose his life or her life a couple of days later, succumb to the injuries. 18 other persons were also injured and rushed to the place of recovery. So people, that are 5 people lose them life and 18 other. 5 and 18, 23 in a little minibus. Because this was not any sort of ACCIDENT. This was negligence. This was recklessness. That means a deliberate attempt of putting persons' life in jeopardy. People lose them life. People get hurt. April 12, 2021. Fast forward 2 years and a couple of months later, this man went for sentencing. His lawyer had the audacity to go up there on the stand and say, "My client is very remorseful. My client is very sorry. I want you to make my client get some sorts of probation I do not think that my client should get a day lock up in the big yard. The judge then responded and said, listen, it would be very unconscionable of me not to give this man a custodial sentence, meaning that do some sorts of time in the big yard. He then handed down, or she then handed down, 2 years and 2 months. 2 years at 24 months, then 2 more months, that are 26 months. For 5 people. People, when we do the maths, 26 months divided by 5, that about 5 months and about 6 days per person that lost their life. Remember, these people were going about their business. These people, it seems as if, like most persons, driving in a minibus, driving in a taxi, whenever they see these buffoons acting an ASS, them not say nothing. It seems as if them want to reach fast. However, the only place that 5 of those persons reach is to the afterlife. The rest of them reach at the hospital under all sorts of drip. Now, people, when we think about the fact that the judge said within himself a reasonable sentence is 26 months, 2 years and 2 months, after him take away 5 people, after 18 other, 23 total get affected. This man is sentenced to 26 months, and more than likely he is going to do maybe about 13 months. He will be out after about a year or so, or maybe, don't know if he got bail, don't know if he was locked up. As we speak, this man probably soon be out by tomorrow him out. So therefore, he caused all of this. However, who do you think will have to deal with this for the rest of their life, whether emotional, whether physical? It is going to be the family of the 5 persons that lost their life, will never talk, hold a conversation with their family again. All of these other 18 persons that get some sorts of injury, some of these people are going to be emotionally traumatized after this. However, this man gets a chance to go on with his life. More than likely, he is going to go back driving a minibus once again, doing the same thing. Maybe a month or so, him a go calm down, and then his natural instinct is going to kick in, because him a go remember, say, listen, then hold on a minute. If me can make 5 people lose them life and 18 and only get that amount of time, it seems as if I can do just about anything and pretty much get a little slap on my wrist. People, this is no sorts of deterrent for no sorts of bad driver. Most of these drivers, minibus and taxi man, them have tens, hundreds and thousands of tickets. However, they still get a hall pass or driveway pass to do the same FUCKRY over and over again. And this is a perfect example that there's no sorts of value on life for these reckless people, for these lawyers, and specifically for these judges. People, this Buddy Club, I told you already, membership has its privilege. They make very irrational decisions as it pertains to sentencing, point blank and period. Thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.